Look, guys, if we keep talking about this, eventually Congress is going to start paying attention.
The President has made an inexplicable choice in nominating David Chipman to head the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives.
Hey guys, I'm Phil, and this is the Minuteman Moment. I've spent a lot of time talking about ATF nominee David Chipman, and GOA has been telling you for months to get engaged. Finally, Washington is listening.
This nominee has a long track record of open hostility to law-abiding American Second Amendment rights. He's a loud, proud, would-be gun grabber who has made it a personal mission to erode the Bill of Rights for the citizens of this country.
Between the work at GOA and your engagement through letters, calls, and social media, we made David Chipman an issue. And that wasn't a guarantee, because there's nothing Washington wants more than to have him sail through. So how did we get the country and Congress to care about Chipman? Well, for starters, 2 months ago, I interviewed Tom Jones from the American Accountability Foundation. He had the goods on Chipman before anyone else.
Yeah, so like I said, I've been spending time on the phone with people who've worked with Dave, whether they're people who supervised him or people who were in the same office with him. And unfortunately, what I've heard from multiple folks, this isn't just kind of one guy that's got an accident, I heard multiple folks, that Chipman's had a problem dealing with women when he worked in the office, particularly when he was in headquarters in DC back in the kind of the early mid-2000s time frame. And also kind of problems with EEO type complaints. Really seriously troubling stuff. That's why we're trying to get those documents out of ATF on Chipman's personnel record.
The EEOC that he just mentioned is the federal agency that was set up to traffic complaints over discrimination. Since then, more has come out about Chipman's behavior that would require further investigation. According to the Daily Caller, a popular online newspaper, every Republican member of the Senate Judiciary Committee just signed a letter demanding a new hearing for President Joe Biden's pick to lead the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, following allegations that the nominee made a racist comment while working in the agency around 2007. That's why just last week, finally, Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky spoke up for all of us and talked about these problems.
I understand that just this week, even graver concerns have surfaced. According to one report, multiple ATF sources say there exists an internal complaint over racial insensitivity comments allegedly made by the nominee in the workplace.
But all this goes even deeper. In that same interview with Tom, we discussed the problems with ShotSpotter. And if you didn't already know, that's the badly designed program to detect the location of gunshots that police forces across the country are rejecting because it just doesn't work.
He takes his 22 years as an ATF agent, kind of the imprimatur that gives to him, and goes to this company ShotSpotter and says, hey, I'm going to go take my bona fides as an ATF agent, and I'm going to try to sell your product into ATF. They couldn't get ATF to buy it on their own. They still can't get ATF to buy it. And it's this technology that helps locate where gunshots are happening. But it's got serious problems with it. It's kind of funny. Chipman always talks about, hey, transparency, we need to know what's going on. ShotSpotter won't let any of their data out to academics to verify that it actually works. So they're selling...
Weird.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So they're selling these $100,000, multi-million-dollar systems to big cities to detect gunshots, but they refuse to let academics actually verify that this thing actually works.
Since then, the details of Chipman's disastrous association with ShotSpotter only got worse. Aidan Johnson of GOA, in fact, wrote about the nearly universal opposition to David Chipman's ShotSpotter company. And it's not just the guys on the right that oppose ShotSpotter. Even left-leaning organizations routinely lobby for local police to cancel the contracts they have with ShotSpotter because it just doesn't work. And in practice, it's been used to target minorities in a discriminatory fashion. Then there's Chipman's anti-gun stances, which have been very well documented. From his Senate hearing,
as an advocate, I prefer a system where the AR-15 and other assault weapons are regulated under the National Firearms Act.
To his terrible policy positions on constitutional rights, David Chipman opposed concealed carry reciprocity, silencers helping us save hearing, Federal Firearms Licensee Protection Act, the Veterans Second Amendment Protection Act, and he supported Ghost Guns Are Guns Act, the Assault Weapons Ban, Bipartisan Background Checks Act, Stop Online Ammunition Sales Act, Raise the Age Act, the Gun Show Loophole Closing Act, Universal Background Registration Checks. And he's a spiteful gun prohibitionist to what looks like a total ignorance on the different types of legal definitions for guns.
Yeah, it's his presentation on assault weapons, and really the only kind of unifying like technical characteristic is they're black and kind of scary looking.
Yeah.
And that was kind of what we saw yesterday at this hearing, was him kind of mumbling around, like trying to come up with this definition of assault weapons, of these things he's
Well, because it's not a real thing.
Right, it's not. No, it's this scary Washington fright term that, assault weapons, oogly boogly, like, these got to be terrible.
Once you can collect all that evidence against the nominee, then Senator McConnell will come out against you.
This is an especially awful time to be taking aim at Americans' right to keep and bear arms. Remember, as the political left has sought to vilify and defund the police across our country, homicides have, of course, surged. Last year's spike in the national murder rate was the steepest since, believe it or not, 1960. So as Democrats have made political war on the police, many citizens have started to think about self-protection. We've seen members of racial minority groups joining the parade of first-time gun owners in record numbers. But then Democrats don't like that either. Apparently the left neither wants strong police forces, nor do they want Americans equipped for self-defense.
And then there's all the work done at GOA to get the word out. You, me, and GOA have been at this for months, and it's working. If or when Chipman goes down, remember, this is the best path to victory. We need the whole team working together. Guys like Tom, groups like GOA, and the dedicated team of professionals who want to protect our rights are crucial to winning these battles, but not as crucial as any of you. Congressmen and senators want to win elections. That's how they got to office. Once they win, they want to stay there. And they don't want to upset the people who they think will be their path to re-election. What that means is that if you're engaged and you're loud, and if you stand up for yourself and make them listen, they will see you as the only path to victory. So that's it for this week. But make sure to check out the rest of our videos on our YouTube channel and our videos on the Warrior Poet Society Network. I'll see you soon.